Oh, oh, what's up? What's going on? What? What? Which one? You want to hear? Who let the dogs out? Is that what you want to hear? Who let the dogs out? Is that what you say? Whoa. That's not right. That's not the one. That's not what you wanted. I already played. Told you I'm not playing Who Let the Dogs Out. Okay? It's not going to happen. I know you don't like it, but... Hey everybody, happy Friday. Let's jump right in with a little bit of boogie woogie. Happy Friday, everybody. Cheers to Friday. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's great to see everybody here. Brian Couch, how are you? Cheryl Harper. Cheers. Linda Powell Connolly. Beth Mazzola Summers is here. Right on. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Cheers. Here's to Friday. Here's to the weekend. Yeah, right on. So, Cheryl, glad you caught the puppy part. Yes. The puppy made her appearance. That was the Tink Show. The Tink Show. So, she made her appearance, and she made a request, but I'm not playing that song. Although I did play it anyway. Hi, Rebecca. Rebecca Ron. Aaron Waltz is here. All right, Aaron. Good to see you, man. Yes. And Uncle Dick is here. Great, Uncle Dick. All right. And Stone. My 4th grade teacher is here again. She says, your music just wants to make people smile and tap their feet. So glad I found about your Friday happy hour last week. Well, Ann, thank you so much. I'm glad you're here again. That is great to see you. Thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And thanks for being such a great teacher, too. That was memorable 4th grade. Debbie Hazel, cheers. Beth Mazzola Summers is here. Yeah, cheers, everybody. All right, Mom and Rachel. Oh, Rachel's here, too. All right. Connecticut is representing, showing up. All right, well. So let's continue with some music. We got a really great show today. We got my special guest is this incredible bassist. He's a producer. He's a bass player. He's a recording artist. He's got songs at the top of the smooth jazz charts right now. His name's Tony Saunders. Going to bring him on in a few minutes. And yes, we are celebrating Juneteenth. This is Juneteenth Friday. And this is a very special day. So this is the day slaves were emancipated. And so we're celebrating Juneteenth for that. And special stuff. So we did something right early on as a country. And let's see if we can get it even more right. So, hi, Rachel. So, okay, let's continue with some music. I'm going to do something, since Uncle Dick is here, I'm going to do something for him. This goes out to him. This is a song my grandmother used to play, and it's called the Johnson Rag. Johnson Rag. That's a great old song, ragtime. In commemoration of Juneteenth and in commemoration of Black Lives Matter, I definitely want to talk about some of the piano players who have influenced me over the years. And there's been a lot of them. This one right here, let's bring up Fats Domino. Fats Domino is one of the great New Orleans pianists. And you've probably heard his big hit. Well, he gave us, what he brought to us was this bass line that everybody copied. And he had lots of hits with that. You probably recognize Blueberry Hill. So that was one of the things, and that bass line caught on, and there were lots and lots of hits made with that kind of a bass line. So he's got another tune that I really like that has a slightly different groove to it, and it's called The Four Winds Blow. It's a New Orleans groove, and it has this kind of a thing. It's alternating left and right hands, and it's just a funky groove. So I'm going to do The Four Winds Blow now, and this is Fats Domino. From the little Fats Domino for you. One of the pianists that has influenced me greatly over the years. So when we started, I mentioned we have a very special guest coming on today, and that's Tony Saunders. We're going to bring him on in a minute. Let's check in with people here. Let's see who we got. We got Mom and Rachel, and we have Daryl Hawkins. Hey, Daryl, thanks for checking in, man. Appreciate it. Janelyn McCarsky is here, and Thomas Hawkridge is here. All right, Thomas, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Cheers. Let's do a cheers here. It is Happy Friday, happy hour after all. Cheers to everybody. So let's do a little bit of our special guest. Let's bring on Tony. Why don't we bring on Tony? Let's do that. Let me open up the Zoom meeting. I should have him. There's Tony. Can you hear me, Tony? I can't hear you. Why do I have no sound from Tony? Let's see what we had this working before. Let's see. Check 1, 2. I'll try turning this on and off. Oh, maybe you muted. Did you mute when you were sitting on hold, possibly? Possibly.
You can hear me now?
There you are.
Okay, great.
We're back.
Yeah, what happened is I was connecting up my stuff while I was waiting, but I connected up something, and of course it shifted something. I don't know. And I just disconnected, and voila. So happy Juneteenth, brother.
All right, my friend. Thank you for joining me on this thing. Happy Juneteenth to you, too. Let me give you a proper introduction. This is Tony Saunders, ladies and gentlemen. He's a recording artist. He is a fabulous producer. He has played with, let me just mention a few. The list of people he's played with is far too long. But, I mean, we're talking the Grateful Dead, Gerald Albright, Stevie Wonder, Joe Louis Walker, Ron Wood, Ricky Nelson, Terry Haggerty, David Grisman. I mean, you're going to have to go to his website to see them all, but he's played with lots of great people over the years. So, Tony, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm really great. Juneteenth, I guess, has a special meaning this year because of all this stuff going on. Yeah. And, I'm 64 years old. I've been playing bass for 50 years. And, I'd like an equal shot. You know what I mean? I can't. Yeah. I played with all races of people, all around the world, and so I've seen, I've seen some stuff that I wish I wouldn't have seen, and I felt some things I wouldn't have seen. And I remember when I was going for a bike ride. So I live in a gated community, right? So I got nervous when all this stuff was happening. So I made sure that, I went and I went down to the police station and said, hey, I live up here in this gated community. And, I've been here. They said, Tony, we know all about you. Mm-hmm. There's nothing to worry about. Because I was going like, should I put on a sign and say on my back when I ride my bike and say, hey, I live up here. It's okay. And, but, other than it making me a little nervous, I just hope that people are able to judge people by not by the color of their skin, by the content of their character. And as you know, in music, we're around everybody. I've never really seen any racial stuff with musicians, but I have seen it like going away from the gigs, like and sometimes when I was in South Carolina, Arkansas, something like that. I've seen a couple of things. So it was kind of scary because I'm a California kid, but and it didn't go over too well with my little blonde girlfriend in Arkansas. So, back in, this was in like 1975 but I think we've come a long way, and I hope that we can go some more. And so that we can just all be judged as people. As you know, I'm a friendly person, a big teddy bear type of guy, and I love everybody. So, you know what I mean? I just hope that we're able to be judged equally. and not just because I'm this big old black guy. I got to be scared of him. No, I'm the nicest person in the world. And you
Yes.
can vouch for me, right,
I
Greg?
can vouch for that. You big teddy bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony and I play together at the Blue Note Napa, and we have a steady gig there. Well, we did before COVID. Once a month, we would host with the whole band. We would host the jam night for pros to come out and sit in and play music, and we've been doing that for over a year until the COVID thing
Wow,
hit.
you've
We
been doing
thought
it
we
for
were
quite a
coming back
while.
July 8th, and then they canceled that too. But we'll get there. We'll be back eventually, and we'll be doing this again. We're playing live together again. But I'm really glad you're here on the show. And, along those lines, I want to say something, and that is my fourth grade teacher is here on this stream right now. And when I was in
Wow.
elementary school, they were taking some moves to improve the situation. They were bringing in some kids from Hartford to our school, which was all white, right?
Wow.
To introduce us, to integrate. And that changed my life, man. It didn't take long for me to realize they're just like us. There's so many things that we have in common. And I
Correct.
made friends and stuff. And that really changed my life. And it just breaks my heart that here we are 50 years later, and we're still
Right.
struggling with this.
That's funny. I forget that you're from Connecticut. So
Yeah.
just a short story. My girlfriend, like in the '90s, was from Enfield,
Oh,
and
Enfield, yeah.
so I would spend time in Enfield with her. And at first, her father didn't want to understand me, right? But then when he sat down and talked to me, and he hung out with me, and I'm a big kid, so all the kids loved me. The kids, in fact, to this day, I'm still Uncle Tony. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Cool.
And so, but the father finally sat down to me and he goes like, "You're a nice guy, Tony." I said, "Well, thank you. I appreciate you accepting me for who I am." After first he was like, "I don't want to talk to him." But then after, about a couple of weeks, and plus all the kids, I took the kids to Disneyland with me. Then we came back. Then he goes like, "Oh, I guess you're not such a bad guy." You know what I mean? You just want to be surrounded by kids and surrounded by joy. And he said, I thought a lot different before I met you. So there's hope. And he was an old school Italian guy. You know what
Oh,
I mean? But then I couldn't get rid of him. He came to every gig. He spent time out here on the West Coast with me. It was a great thing. So
that's
it was
great.
a great thing. So all we got to do is, like I tell people when I'm teaching my classes now on the internet, I say we are born to love. We pop out of our mom, and the first thing we do, we climb up on our mom and we love her. We look over at the dad, and then we start liking him a little bit. But we're born to love.
Yeah.
We're taught to hate. So we can be taught to love too. So that's my mantra for the next few years is that, just more love, and, get rid of these hateful ideas. And it's great, man. Just a few weeks ago, right when this stuff happened, a bunch of kids surrounded my car. And there were about 20 white kids and one black kid. And so I'm going like, oh, okay, what's going to happen now? And they said, "Sir, we got you. We're going to take care of you, and we're going to always protect you." And I was like, wow. And they were all teenagers, couldn't have been 13 to 17 maybe, you know what I mean? But they surrounded me, said, "You know what? We're with this. We got you. We're going to do our best to get equality for everybody." And I was like, "Hey, thank you very much." And then they followed me down the street, and it was great to feel that love from the young kids.
Yeah. That's great. That's a great story. I love
Yeah,
it.
it happened a couple of blocks from the Blue Note.
No kidding. Oh, man,
Yeah.
that's great. That's great, man. Well, we can talk more about this stuff. Let's play some music. One of the things we've loved doing together is obviously playing music together. Can't do that right now, so we're doing virtual stuff. So what we did was we put together a couple videos of a couple of Tony's hit songs, and you got a preference? Which one you want to play first?
Whatever. They're both
All right.
great songs. I'm in heaven right now with all of this. I'm humbled by the stuff all being on the charts. I got 3 songs in the top 10 right now, so it's
Oh, that's
it's
great.
amazing. It's crazy.
Well, okay, well, let's start with SIZ then. Why don't you just tell us what that means? Tell us about the song.
The letters SIZ stand for three guys who I work with all the time. The S is for Sylvester Burks, who's a great keyboard player who I play with in church all the time. And the I is for Vernon Ice Black. You know Vernon. And that's his nickname is Ice. So
Ice,
that's
yes.
the I. The Z is my name because they used to call me Tonezilla, named after Bootzilla. Because I was like Bootsy. I was like, yeah, baby, yabba dabba dabba. I was doing all that stuff when I was young and agile. And so, you know, I called the name. I was driving back from LA and I thought of this song. I wrote the song in the car driving on Highway 5. So I said, hey, I'm gonna name it after the three of them because I was going to a session with them when I got to San Francisco. So it's the first song that was, as you know, we played at the Blue Note, but it was also the first song off of the Rainforest Band's CD, which is like in the charts right now in the top 10.
Very cool. Oh, it's on the Rainforest CD. Okay, I didn't realize that. All right.
Yeah, the Rainforest Band CD. Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, when we're done, you might want to go check out Tony's website and look at all his CDs. But here it is, our version of SIZ, done as a duo, as a remote recording, and it's this one right here. Nice tune.
It's a great song.
Beautiful. That was really fun working on it too. Very cool.
Yeah, that's a good arrangement. You reminded me of some parts of it.
Yeah, did it?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah, cool.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. You mentioned something to me first of all, let me do a quick shout out to the group because I see that what I didn't see before is that Kenny and Ann Schwing have tuned in.
Oh, hi, Kenny.
Kenny
Hi,
and Ann are
Aaron.
here. Boots Miller is here. Baxter Robertson is here. Jerry Stable is here. Jerry says the first time I met Tony 3 years ago or so at the Blue Note with this group, he knocked me out. He sat with us after the set. So friendly. Nice.
Oh, that's cool. I remember that.
Do you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Bobby Valdez is here. Thanks for tuning in, Bobby. Brian Couch. Brian Couch
Brian,
is here.
what's up, BB? Miss you. Miss you, Brian.
Yeah, I miss you, Brian. Cheers to everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Juneteenth. We're celebrating Juneteenth today because it's today. And we have our special guest, Tony Saunders, on a Zoom conference. So he's here. And let's talk a little bit more, and then we'll play the next song.
Okay.
Rocksteady. You want to set Rocksteady up a little bit?
Yeah, well, Rocksteady. So growing up, I started playing bass exactly 50 years ago, and one of the groups that I hung around when I was really young was the Whispers, and they Rocksteady was a huge hit for them in the 80s. I don't know if you know it or not, but Rocksteady was Babyface's second hit.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was but back then when he wrote this, I would see him all the time in LA. He played at this club, I can't remember the name of the club, but it was right there on Crenshaw, and we would all hang out there. And they were signed, everybody was signed. The Whispers and Babyface was signed to Solar Records, which is a Sound of LA Records owned by Dick Griffey.
Yeah,
And
so
so I would be around those guys all the time. So I played a session for the Whispers when I was like about 18. And in fact, I have a picture in my hallway by my office that they wrote to my mom because they know my mom. Because my stepfather was in the music business. He was kind of like a guy that he was a promoter, like, and record companies went to him and said, what song is going to be the hit? And he would pick it. You know what I mean? So so they have a record in my their picture hanging in my hallway that's written to my mom, and they've been friends of mine. So I needed a song that I could make. I mean, my records had been doing really well, and I was in New York with my cousin Ray Chu and his wife Vivian, and we needed a hook to me. You know what I mean? So I said, hey, let me do Rocksteady because I really like that song. I feel it. I'll go out, act like a kid. I'll know how to dance to it. And so I went to Atlanta and recorded it with the Whispers bass player, who's like my play brother. His name is Magic, super producer. In fact, on the track, he's playing everything except for the bass, the lead bass that I play. And he's like a hell of a arranger, hell of a singer. It's him and his one of his ladies, Harmony, singing background. So I needed a song that I could make a hook for me. So and plus my cousin Vivian had told me we need to put out a single that we could run with so that we can have some longevity while you finish your CD. And so that song came out in September, and it was on the charts from September to March, and then right when I released my new single, Tony's Romance, it went up to #1. You know what I mean? And so it's and plus two, now whenever I play that song, Tony's Romance, when I was getting to play at clubs, people love it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And they're singing it. You know what I mean? And I got a hook. Plus the young girls like it. You know what I mean? And it made what's our friend that? Oh, Debbie. It made Debbie dance. So I knew I was ahead. I always used to look at her at the Blue Note at the Blue Note because I would look at Ann and Debbie, and Debbie would let me know if I was playing cool. You know what I mean? So I look at her for my barometer, and and when she gives it, when I looked in her eyes and she was smiling, that was always a thing for me to go forward because it's happening. So I thank her for that.
That's so cool. I think Debbie's here in the chat too right now. So.
Oh, cool. Hi, Deb.
Cool. She says yes,
Welcome
missed you
back.
guys. Right on. Yeah. And Kenny Schwing says your last album is amazing. Debbie has her copy too. Gwen Campbell Wright is here.
Yeah, it's just, hey, I was really lucky with this record, Greg. I went to LA and got to record with everybody that I thought about recording. Jeff Lorber, Paul Jackson Jr., Marion Meadows, Paul Brown, all the smooth jazz cats that are really happening. Niels, they're really happening. And they let me fit in. They liked me, you know what I mean? And we made a really great album. It's really good it's like, I listen to it in the car too sometimes because it's just easy to listen to and it's a fun record. And it was really fun to make this record.
Well, you know what I thought about it? When I heard it, I was just blown away by those mixes, man. It's just really well done, from the composing to the arranging, the sound of it, the mix of it, everything, all the way down the line. And, having Jeff Lorber on there doesn't suck either. So,
man, hey, I'll tell you what. I listened to Jeff Lorber's piano parts from L.A. to my house, 6 hours straight. That's all I listened to. And I was just like, and he's all, he's done it before. I was like a little kid. I had to calm myself down. You know what I mean? And but it was an awesome experience, and I love it that I got to have that experience of playing with these guys are the A-listers, Grammy Award winning people. Not that I haven't been around Grammy people before, but these were like the musicians. Paul Jackson Jr., the guitar player, he's playing with Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones, George Duke. You know what I'm saying? Those are my people that I idolize. And, and when he sent his guitar part back, I actually did my bass part here to that song in Hercules at my studio. When he sent his guitar parts back, I had to do my bass parts over because I was like, oh, man, I got to step up a little bit because he set the bar way up here. And, it's not that my parts, I would have got away with the other parts, but I wanted to step up and be able to compete with them on that level up there, reaching for the star.
That's always good. A little competition, a little spirit there, and push ourselves a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's great. All right, man. Well, listen, let's play it for him. What do you say?
I love Rocksteady.
All right. Here it comes, Rocksteady. Happy Juneteenth, everybody. Tony Saunders. Tony Saunders, ladies and gentlemen.
Great song.
Great song. Version of Rock Steady. Excellent. That was nice. All right. Chris Millen is in the house all the way from Australia. He says, I'm getting the funk down here in Tasmania. Beautiful. Thanks, Chris, for tuning in. David Ron says, definitely awesome. I can feel it in my bones. That's great, Dave. Right on. We got quite the family turnout today. This is great. Happy Friday. Happy Juneteenth, everybody. Let's do another toast before we let Tony go. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. And Tony, I can't thank you enough for coming on, taking the time to come on the show, man.
No problem, man. It's a pleasure. I've watched the show a bunch, and I love you as a piano player anyway. So to be involved with something that you're involved with, it's great, man. And you could tell them also on Wednesdays at 5:00 they can catch me on Tony Saunders, bassist producer, on my page on Facebook. I play an hour with some music, and usually musicians from that album, from my new CD. We play every Wednesday at 5:00. You can go to Tony Saunders, bassist producer, or Tony Saunders on Facebook, and you'll eventually run into it.
Nice. Yeah, definitely check that out. And that's Wednesdays. Right. Cool. Right on. Any parting words you want to say before I let you go?
No, it's just like, hey, it's a happy time. Let's all like spread love. That's why I have on the red shirt today. Love is in the air. And if you ever want to get in touch with me, go to my website, TonySaunders.com. TonySaunders.com is the best way to get a hold of me. And you can Twitter, it's @SaundersBass, Instagram @SaundersBass. And other than that, it's all good. Cool. I've enjoyed myself, Greg. Thank you for having me on, and thank you for acknowledging my music. I appreciate it. I'm very humbled right now that so much of my music is successful, but I'm still Tony, so nothing's changed. I'm still a hippie. I'm still a hippie from Marin, so I'm cool.
Right on, Tony. Well, thanks for being on, and I want to wish you a little early Happy Father's Day. I know you're a father, as well.
Oh,
So
yes. Yes.
happy Father's Day to
Thank you
you,
very
and happy
much.
Father's Day all the fathers who are listening and tuned in. A little
Yep.
early.
Happy Father's Day, fathers.
Yeah. All right, buddy. I will see you soon. Thanks again for
Okay.
tuning in and
All
I
right,
mean
man. Have
being
a
on.
great rest of your show.
Thanks, man.
All
All right.
right.
We'll see you later.
All right.
Okay, so we're back. That was Tony Saunders playing a couple tunes of his stuff. And let's go back to the chat window. We have Michael Hurwitz is here. Happy Father's Day, Michael. Well, early Father's Day. Happy Juneteenth today. So this that's kind of the theme of this episode of the Pandemic Piano Hour is Juneteenth, the day the slaves were freed. And I'm going to continue with some piano here for you guys. And one of the things I'd like to do is a tune that was written by a man named Spencer Williams. I'm going to bring his picture up. Spencer Williams wrote this tune. It's called Basin Street Blues. And it's a New Orleans tune. And lots of people have covered it over the years. There's been a lot of different versions. And Dr. John has covered it, and I kind of like his version. So I'm gonna play that for you right now. But yes, Spencer Williams was the composer of that tune. And there's been lots of different sets of lyrics to it as well. But it really speaks to the coming together of people and the melting pot that was and is New Orleans still to this day. So this one goes out to any of my New Orleans fans out there, like Kenny and Ann Schwing. So it's called Basin Street Blues. So then it goes like this. Basin Street is the street where all the characters from the first district meet. New Orleans, city of a million dreams, and you never know how nice it seems till you're way down south in New Orleans and you be hugging and a kissing. That's what I've been missing. Hear all that great music, Lord, if you just listen. New Orleans is true. That's why I got these Basin Street blues. So won't you come with me on down that Mississippi? We took a boat to the land of dreams, heaven on earth, they call it Basin Street. million dreams, and you'll never beat those rice and beans. Till you're way down south in New Orleans, and glad to be, yes sirree, where welcome's free and dear to me. New Orleans is true. So won't you come with me on down the Mississippi? We took a boat to the land of dreams, heaven on earth, we call it decency. Glad you came with me on down the Mississippi. We took a boat to the land of dreams, heaven on earth, we call it decency. Heaven on earth, we call it decency. Heaven on earth, we call it Basin Street. Mason Street Blues by Spencer Williams. Beautiful tune. All right, everybody. Happy Juneteenth. We're getting near the end here, but I got time for one more tune I'm going to play. Happy Juneteenth. Let me check in at the with the chat window. See what's cooking. Beth Mazzola Summer says, love the addition of singing. Oh, thanks, Beth. Glad you like it. Appreciate it. All right. Nice and easy. Take the notes. Tom Hockridge. We are listening. Heard that song 100 times growing up, says Kenny Schwing in New Orleans. It's not until September 6th. What's that? Oh, probably. Oh, I don't know. Australia's different Father's Day. Okay. Chris Milne says there's a different Father's Day in Australia. Okay. Well, you're gonna have to wait, buddy. Sorry. But ours is coming up Sunday, and we're looking forward to that. Bob Thomas or Martha and Bob are here. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And Chris Milne says, do you play anything with a burlesque blues style left hand? Well, I'm not really sure what you mean by that. I thought that was kind of a burlesque bluesy kind of thing. Burlesque. Let me think about that one and see what I can come up with. And maybe you could send me an example of what that is and I can do it. But anyway, just to finish this thing up, thank you all for coming. Cheers, everybody. I appreciate you all joining in. I'm going to do another tune. And I want to first bring up a picture of a pianist that has influenced me and so many pianists throughout the world. And you probably recognize him, or you may not. This is he was responsible for lots and lots of ragtime music. Kind of the definitive ragtime pianist. Wrote songs like Maple Leaf Rag and all kinds of others. Scott Joplin. We're talking about Scott Joplin. And he influenced so many other piano players after him. So what I'm going to do now is play a rag that was written by Billy Joel, who was influenced by Scott Joplin. And this is one I haven't done before. It's called the Root Beer Rag. And it goes like this. The Root Beer Rag by Billy Joel, inspired obviously by Scott Joplin, the late great Scott Joplin. So, I want to thank everybody for tuning in once again. Hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you, Tony Saunders, for being my guest on the show this week. Really appreciate it. Happy Juneteenth, everybody. Oh, one more toast, and we'll check the chat. All right, Mark Lewis is here. Says he loves Root Beer Rag. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. Yeah, I like that one too. It's a fun tune to play. Rebecca Ron says, love listening to you and your guest play. You guys are awesome. Happy Friday to all. Boots Miller, thanks for tuning in, Boots. He really makes it look easy. Well, that's part of my job. Part of my job. I gotta make it look easy. Cheers, everyone. So thanks again for tuning in. For all you fathers out there, happy early Father's Day. Have a great weekend. And thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Brian, yes, Brian, thanks for tuning in, Brian. Look forward to playing at the Blue Note again. Hope they don't cancel us next time and we can get this thing started. Ray Hendricks, thanks, Ray, for tuning in. Glad you like it. All right. I made it this time. Chris, I'm glad you made it too. Thanks for tuning in. All right, without further ado, Rachel says the last tune was awesome. Cool. Well, thank you all again. Really appreciate you tuning in, and I will see you next Friday. We'll do this again, and if you've got any requests, let me know. Just ping me during the week. Send me a note on Facebook or something, and we'll see if I can learn them. Okay. All right. Happy Friday, everyone. We'll see you later.